don't know about you guys, but I think the experience downstairs, being in the kitchen with the star of today, Chef Vijay Kumar, I mean, it was amazing. Please, just tell us everything.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me. Like, this is so fun. And what do you like to hear? Sorry.
It's our pleasure. I know we have a bunch of questions that we want from you, but we want this to be
Go for it.
straight from your heart. So
tell us about Vijay when he was 5 years old, when he was 16 years old, and how he is now.
Coming from a tiny village in a small tiny village in Tamil Nadu, and not knowing what's happening around the world and not knowing what exactly the real world is. It's just, if I look back my journey, and it just feels surreal.
did the 5-year-old know that he wanted to be a chef?
Definitely not. You're just living a life. You have no idea what you're going to do. You have no idea what your future is going to be.
One of my clearest food memories when I was a little girl was me sitting on a dalda tin as my mother was cooking. And I still remember. What is that memory for you?
Waking up in the morning, you're listening all these birds chirping, in the quiet days, and you smell the soil, like you also smell the smoke from the wood fire cooking. There's so many interesting memories, and also listening the devotional songs from your local temples. If you look back, I wish I can go back to my childhood again. Yeah.
Do you have like a flavor or a spice memory from your childhood that got you just thinking, wow, like I didn't know food can do that?
There's one dish called paniyaram. They usually make it during the special occasion like Diwali or Pongal. My mother used to wake us up in the early morning, and we used to literally sit next to the stove where she was cooking. We're just waiting for the moment, like when is that thing's going to come out of the pot? Like we can just eat it hot, right? So those are the memories. It's fascinating.
So Chef, talk to us. I mean, your mom's cooking, the smells, the flavors.
Right.
How did that inspire you to become, a chef and basically step to that journey?
I feel like that food connects people. Like it's emotion. Like it's that actually gave me so much passion. You know what? Food has some power. It is not just the food. Like it's not it's beyond food. It has so much power. So that's the moment that I started cooking as a passion. Like I had to cook. And even though I wanted to be an engineer, just like a regular Indian kid, and but cooking has been always a passion for me, because seeing them, the mothers and grandmothers cooking.
Tell us about your perfectionism. Does it translate into other aspects of your life?
So I kind of inherited this habit from my mother. It's kind of funny story. I may have to go back to my childhood again, because a lot of all the Indian mother does it, right? Like when they all do this, when they go to a market or something, they take the okra, they break it, make sure it's young enough, right? They press the tomatoes, make sure they are not overly ripe, not you know what I'm saying? Like there's so a lot of things, right? Same when she goes to a meat shop, she makes sure she get the meat from the particular. I need meat from this particular goat, and sometimes she sends my father to bring meat from the shop, and then he gets some, and she'll be so mad. She literally takes some meat back to the butcher shop. It's like, how dare you give it to my husband like this? Like, and it was embarrassing to see she was doing it, right? And I didn't understand why she was doing it. Now, being a chef, the quality of the ingredients matters a lot. Even though if you're a good chef or if you cook whatever it is, right? And I think I kind of got that crazy habit from her.
That's why you're number one. So.
Well, thank you.
And that's why your food is literally mind-blowing.
Thank you.
Talk about the food trends, and where do you think the regionalization will go next from Indian cuisine standpoint?
Indian food has been overlooked for such a long time, especially Southern Indian food, like regional Indian food, right? Like it's kind of sad to see how Indian food has been represented in a certain way, with only few dishes. That's not the food what we all grew up eating it. I'm sure every single household, every mother cooks in a different way. Things just starting now. We still have a very, very long way to go though. I mean, it's just starting now. I'm so happy. I'm so glad things are slightly changing, and I don't think we're still there yet. I think it's just the beginning. We still have a very long way to go.
I mean, you mentioned there's so many other types of dishes. You cooked 2 masterpieces for us. So can you talk to us about it so we can dig in and try it?
Oh, please do. You can even try now. You don't have to wait for me. So the dish, the one that you have right here, it's called natte prattal, which is which is made out of snails, which is very very close to my heart. This snail dish, what my grandmother used to cook in the middle of paddy farms, and in an open fire in a mud pot, and eating in a banana leaf. Yeah.
So, Chef, what is your favorite spice or spice blend to cook with at Semma, and why?
There are a few spices. I mean, obviously, curry is undoubtedly one of the most, like, it's very close to all of us, right? There are a lot of unknown spices, including kalpasi and poppy seeds. Those are the spices, like, it's not widely used by a lot of people, right? But actually, it elevates the flavor, like, it elevates the aroma of your food. I love using them in my food, by the way.
And now, the gunpowder
let's
dosa.
talk about gunpowder dosa. Again,
That is the most sold item, right? Everybody has to get a gunpowder.
Funny thing you said that. Actually, when you open Semma, we didn't really want to put dosa on the menu because it's a very stereotype or misperception about Indian food. Even within India, if you go to other parts of India, if you ask them what do you know about Southern Indian food, all they say is like idli or dosas, right? It's because again it's going to beat the purpose. If you try and do the dosa and idli, then we're trying to introduce the regional cuisine to the Western world, and then we don't want to again go back to the circle again, like trying to be associate only dosa and idli with the Indian cuisine, right?
This is the most well-balanced dosa I've ever had.
Thank you.
From the flavor profile and also the texture profile.
Crunchy.
It's still that crunchiness,
Right.
you can't stop eating it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Addictive.
Yes, very addictive.
And we said, why doesn't every dosa on this planet have gunpowder in it? It is so good, the gunpowder.
Thank you.
Can
I'm
you
so glad I
please,
enjoyed it. Yeah.
Start selling the...
Gunpowder, Semma
Gunpowder.
gunpowder.
Then you won't come to restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, we will.
We'll still come. We'll still come to the restaurant.
So, Chef, I mean, it's been an amazing journey for you, but I'm sure it wasn't that easy, right? I'm sure you had some challenges
100%, yeah.
maybe some fears or things that you had to get over that you can actually do it. What were some of those things?
Like introducing a dish like this, like snails, it's a very unknown dish for a lot of people, right? Like, when you even open Semma, a lot of them questioned us why there's a snails on the menu. And it took a lot of them understand, even Indians who grew up in India, who grew up in Tamil Nadu, and who grew up in like big cities like Chennai, they don't even know there are food like this exists in like village part of India and Tamil Nadu. And it's and I had to go through. I had to tell them. I had to explain to them. What? These are the dishes when we're growing up in the villages. Something we grew up eating, and it took them a while for them to understand why we have these other dishes on the menu, right? So it was slightly challenging in the beginning to make them understand. Thank God we had unapologetic foods, and they actually paved the way to introduce all the regional cuisines.
Yeah.
But even though there was a little bit of skeptical then and there from people, why there's snails on the menu, why there's a goat intestines on the menu, why there's a venison curry on the menu. You can go on and on. Right? There's a lot of misperception. I mean, if you can talk about misperception, you can talk about a lot of misperception about Indian food, right?
Yeah.
It has to be cheap. It has to be it has to be buffet. It's only $9 buffet, right? And $9.99 buffet.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of misperceptions. So, yeah. So
You talked about some of the misperceptions, Chef. What is the one misperception that you would like to see be gone, besides the ones you've mentioned, around Indian foods and flavors and the way you're cooking at Semma?
I mean, I can name multiple things, right? Like they should not expect that Indian food should be cheap. Number one, that should be gone. Like seriously, that actually hurts all of us. Like when we're hearing it, it's not just Indian food, a lot of ethnic food, right? Chinese food, Mexican food, all the ethnic food they expect to be cheaper. That's kind of, I don't know if you can say that, it's kind of like food racism. It's like it's
Right.
right. It's kind of bothering. So I hope it will change eventually, right? And Indian food is so spicy. It's not just spicy. It is spicy, yes, but it's not like overly spicy. But it's also spiced more. It's a very flavorful food, and it's not like oily. It's like there are a lot of misperceptions, right? So one of those few perceptions. We can go on and on. There's a lot of it. You guys can share to whatever you guys think. What do you think is your misperception from your experience living in America for a while?
I think it took a while for Indian food to be considered fine dining.
Okay.
I think that's, like you said, it was like the $9.99 buffet for a very long time.
Right. Okay.
I think the misperception that I'm the most familiar with about Indian food comes from the general perception that all Indians are one person. They look the same. They speak the same. Hence, the food is the same. The
Right.
spices are the same. And I feel you are our golden child.
Thank you.
From India.
I feel like I'm blessed. Like, I mean,
And I just feel all these stereotypes that all of us collectively have been trying to remove, you have been able to do it. And you are continuously doing it and pushing it and removing those stereotypes
thank
that
you.
are so ingrained, not just in America, but I think in the world in general. But I think that is the key thing for me.
For me, the most common misperception around Indian food is that it's inherently unhealthy. It's too oily, there's too much masala, we have to eat clean to be healthy, and the opposite is true.
Yeah.
I feel like Indian food has so much plant diversity, all the spices, the antioxidants, all these
Exactly.
ingredients from the earth, from nature. So it's the opposite of unhealthy.
Beautiful. Love it. Love it. I love this conversation, by the way. We can go on and on. Like, it's like, yeah.
I have one question about the process of creating a dish.
Right.
So is it just one day or are some of your dishes taking days to make?
Yeah, like dosas, right? Like,
Yeah.
it takes at least minimum 48 hours to make one dosa to bring it to the table.
Yeah.
It start from your soaking rice and lentils overnight and making the batter and let it ferment naturally. Again, another 6-7 hours, depends on the temperature.
Yeah.
And then you prep all the ingredients for your sambar. It has about at least 45 to 50 ingredients, like different types of vegetables, different types of spices, which we roast everything from scratch, and and to make chutneys, this probably have about 10 ingredients, and the tomato chutney probably have about 10-15 ingredients, right? I mean, to prep all the ingredients, generally Indian cuisine is very labor intensive. Just like this, it's extra labor intensive. Right? It takes like 48 hours, 50 hours, to prep one single dish.
Is there a childhood dish that you have not yet conquered that you want to put on the menu at Semma or conquer as a chef?
You know what? I really want to do that. There's a dish called Ratta Poriyal, which is called goat, which is made out of goat blood. I know it sounds kind of, yeah, it is, right? Yes. Yes, I really want to do this. I know even though it looks kind of, it sounds quirky, maybe weird.
You just said goat blood, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, which is again eaten in the village in Tamil Nadu.
Yeah.
If you ever, it actually sounds weird, but it's one of the most delicious dishes which you can ever think of. I really want to put them on the menu, but I'm struggling to get the right ingredients. As soon as I get this, as soon as I get that goat blood, it'll be on the menu.
We can't wait.
I know.
All right.
When you're craving comfort, what is the dish that you want to eat at home?
Oh, if at home I just want to eat rice and dal, rice and sambar. That's it. That's humble food.
Yeah.
That makes me, it's kind of
Soul
comfort, soul food, exactly. Comfort food, and it's a hearty, and you feel so satisfied, right? At the end of the day, even though you eat all those luxury meat, whatever you can call it, and when you go home and you eat your humble food, you feel so satisfied.
When you got the James Beard Award, what was the most amazing phone call you got congratulating you and who that person was?
This one thing which I can never ever forget is my mom is I've been telling her multiple times, Mom, I won a Michelin star. Our restaurant got Michelin star, and we got a great review from New York Times, all those things, right? She was like, I don't think she really understood what exactly Michelin or New York Times or whatever it is, right? But the James Beard, because all this local media were writing about it, all these neighbors were talking about it. There was a flex port in my hometown. There was, she saw that. I think she got very emotional, and then she called me and was like, oh, then I can felt that, the proud in her. This is the first time, Mom, I've been telling for so many years. Very, very, very big, So that was the first time when she was literally got emotional when she was talking to me. And
Has anyone reached out to you that from back home that maybe doubted you becoming a chef or you going into the culinary world?
There are so many. I don't think I can say this right now.
Don't you feel good now at saying, I told you so?
I know. See, there's always a thing. I'm always like one of those guy. Let them. There's always going to be criticism. You cannot. There's definitely whatever you do. There's going to be somebody who's going to criticize you, right?
And do you have a message for any aspiring chef in a small village in India who is trying to become someone like you? Do you have a message for them, or do you have an advice for them?
Don't have that complex. Don't think that, I used to have a complex too. I don't know if you can do it because, I did go through a lot of hustle, right? Like a language barrier, cultural, when you come here, everything is completely different, right? Going from a small village to going to a big city for the college, everything's different. Don't give up whatever dream you have, just keep work on your dream. Guys, please go for it. What are you guys waiting for it?
So I still feel like some people think eating with your hands is weird, unhygienic. So, some people will see a dosa and pull out a fork and a knife. What do you honestly feel when you see someone eating your dosa with a fork and a knife?
Please don't murder the dosa. Please don't murder it. This is literally a murder when you use a knife and fork to eat a dosa. Please feel free to use your finger. It tastes much better. Guys, for you to, whenever you eat dosa, please don't use your knife and fork.
So, Chef, what is your first memory of cooking a dish, and which dish was it?
I remember usually my mother's. I usually mother or sister cook at home, right? I think they were sick at some point. There was no one at the home to cook it, so I think I stepped in and I cooked some rice and some sambar. I think that was the very first meal that I ever cooked in my life.
How did it come out?
It was okay.
And how old were you?
I was probably like a 12, 13. I was like a teenager. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You talked about your mom or grandma being sick. Most Indians know that spices also have health benefits. Like when you're sick in India, your grandma makes a spiced
They
tea
make
of some
rasam,
sort.
Rasam. That's what they do. Whenever growing up in villages, right? They don't really go to a hospital often until otherwise if it is serious, like a surgery or something very serious, right? Like the first thing, they cook some food. There's a lot of dish. I can just go on and on.
Yeah.
Chef, if you can tell us, what is your favorite breakfast item, lunch item, and dinner item?
Okay. Breakfast.
In general.
Yeah, breakfast. I can eat idli any day. Idli is my, it's my comfort food. And there's nothing particular with lunch, dinner. If you give me anything with rice, I can eat everything. Anything with rice, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
How is all this fame and attention? How are you feeling with all this?
I feel so blessed, obviously, feels truly blessed. I listening to hearing all the guest feedback, not just the feedback, emotional feedback. There was a guest who just called me. As soon as you see her, literally her eyes was in tears. It was like, oh my god, what it was, his food was spicy, it's like, no, I haven't had my mom's food in such a long time. It took me back my mother's memory right away. So she's like, I'm missing my mom. So I feels like my mother is sitting here and feeding me right now.
So we know you're humble, and we know you have the best smile that lights up the room. But tell us more about Chef Vijay's personality. You also are a little funny, right?
I don't know. You guys can tell me that.
You have a great sense of humor.
I think we've been laughing.
Yeah.
Thank you. I don't know. When I go to kitchen, I have a different personality.
Yeah.
Because I'm also, the kitchen is a very funny kitchen too. If you can see the kitchen is always fun, but they also very focused. They also when the line busier, everybody has to stay focused. As soon as the line slows down, then they all will back to the fun mode. Yeah.
Is there any food that Chef Vijay doesn't like?
I don't think so. Yeah, food is food. Why can't I like the food? As long as the food is good, flavorful, I like it. I don't like any food. It's not.
Chef Vijay, do you ever get mad?
Sometimes.
Because you don't look like you would.
Well, I get mad with the food when the food doesn't come out. When the food doesn't come out as I expected, it makes me feel frustrated.
Yeah.
That's actually sometimes it's frustrating when when you expect the food, say you want a dosa to be in a certain way. If it doesn't come out as exactly as expected, it definitely frustrating to see that. So.
Yeah.
In Tamil, we always say that every customer is a god for us, right? We have to treat them with utmost respect, and every single one is the most important to us.
All right, Chef, are you ready for a rapid fire of this
Okay,
or
this
that?
is the most scary part. Okay.
First instinct,
Okay.
idli or dosa?
Tough one. That case, both I would say, but idli first. Yeah.
Curry leaves or mustard seeds?
Oh my God! It's all tough question. Yeah, it's Again, both are like, very close to my heart, and definitely curry leaves.
Chennai or New York?
Oh my God, what do you put me in the spot? This is both. Okay.
Both, okay. Sweet or spicy?
Definitely spicy. I like sweet, but I'm more of a spicy person. Yes.
Spicy, savory.
Yes. Tangy.
Yeah. Chai or coffee?
Again, both, but coffee.
And Michelin star or mom's approval?
Ooh.
Both. Okay. Both. Yes.
That's it.
Okay,
Right.
thank
Thank
you.
you. Well, Chef, thank you so much for taking the time
Thank
out today.
you,
On behalf
thank
of
you.
DissDash, Culture Trees, Chief Spice Mama,
Yeah.
we gravitated about telling your story because of the authenticity. You're so authentic, you're humble, and it's our privilege to be here today. So thank you.
so much. Thank
Such
you for
an
having
honor.
me.
Yes.
I feel so honored. Thanks for sharing my story, and thanks for watching it. Thank you. Thank you for putting me in spot.
Your mom is watching.
I know, and Mr. is also watching.